What's up, guys and gals, and welcome to Veve Vibes. And today is February 21st, about 7:05 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The Loki for President comic book is going to be coming out here in a little less than an hour now. So I wanted to give you guys a quick vibe check on the market just to see how things are settling right now. So by the time this video is out, the market will probably be closed. So this way you guys have something to watch and listen to while the market is closed, so you guys can potentially make some moves when the market does open up. So first thing I do want to mention is actually I'm surprised by the 007 like blueprint, as well as especially the bike. I did not think the bike would actually get up to like 200. It actually did very briefly yesterday. Right now it seems to be settling around 170. I think the main thing going for this is, of course, that it's animated, it has sound. I think some of the Vaultaholics really like the look of the bike, and the fact that you can kind of put a bunch of different NFTs and characters on top of it, which seems like a lot of fun. Plus, it's also the first official NFT, I believe, by the Triumph like motorcycle company, which is a really big deal. So yeah, good stuff. I was just happy. I was streaming last night shortly after the drop, and I just saw it was going up and up, and I'm like, this is good. Like, I just want any kind of market movement right now, especially in an upward trend, because right now everything is crashing and not doing too well. So first thing we'll do is we'll look at the collectibles, and we'll look at the top gainers really quick. Well, that's kind of loading up. The first thing, I did not expect this. The first two things that we have at the top are Unicornos, or I should say Mermacornos. So we have Tropicana as well as Sharkbite. So Sharkbite is still chilling below 400 gems, but not for much longer, it seems. It seems like it is on the incline. These are, in my opinion, probably just master collector point moves right now, or people looking to complete sets. That's the only thing I can think of, especially since this is the rare and secret rare versions of the Unicornos. Board Cube is actually up quite a bit, so 16% on that. So again, the overall percentages up this morning aren't that high. You know, sometimes some mornings we see things up in like the 30s or high 20s, mid 20s, but right now we have nothing over 20% right now. So not a lot of movement on the market, but that's kind of to be expected when we're heading towards the middle or towards the tail end of a gem squeeze. Buttercup is actually up a bit, about 15%. So good thing for Buttercup. USS Enterprise. So it does seem like some of the season 1 non-popular collectibles, I'm trying to remember if Board Cube is a season 1 collectible or not. It might tell me here as I'm pulling this up. It is, I don't see it on here. It is drop September 8th. I'm not sure if it is, to be honest. It just says Starships S1, but it doesn't mean it's Series 1. It could be the Series 1 versions of it. But it does seem like some of the Star Trek stuff is going up on the uptrend. Groot Uncommon is finally above the box value. It looks like it was just barely above box value for a while, but now it's finally up above that. Yeah, more of the Unicornos seem to be actually getting a slight little pump right now. So this tells me, in my mind, people are just trying to grab sets of these. These are some of the cheapest collectibles you can get for the Master Collector program, for like if you complete an entire set. Fat Tony on the up and up right now. Same thing with Cerulean. So more Unicornos seem to be going up right now. Yeah, looks like that whole like Unicorno set is actually just getting pumped right now. Marking Time posters actually going up quite a bit, probably just riding off the back of those 007 announcements. So that's so surprised that's still going up right now, but I would expect a very quick sell-off of something like the posters. That's just me personally. Darwin Cook Batman finally up to 175, even though it says it's down. It got pretty low. I could have sworn this was in like the 150s at one point, which is absurdly low for something like this. Yeah, 159. So right there on the very edge of 160. Common Captain America First Avenger is just shy of 100 gems right now, so that's up 12%. Marvel Mighties, Makari is up as well. Slimer, Invisible Woman's actually making a bit of a move, so that's kind of nice. So we're seeing what I'm seeing, some decent amount of like of the season 1 collectibles that haven't been too popular so far. A lot of the Unicornos as well are starting to make some moves right now. Let's go ahead and short to top losers as well. So the white L snake board, so left, I think that's L for left. I could be wrong. I'm not exactly sure what the L stands for. So the rare is actually down 42 gems. That is rough. So that's a 31% drop on that on the snake board. Ghostbusters logo still going down. I'm not sure what the overall trend is. That C3PO, wow, actually touching almost 3K right now. It's at 3.1K right now. So C3PO is getting heavily discounted. Basically where Elsa was, you know, weeks ago. Dragon Girl Silver and Black is also down, so that is the uncommon variant, is down as well. Pizza Planet Truck now at 1050. That is now cresting closer to 1,000. I figured, I noticed that like the Pizza Planet Truck and a few others, those, you know, an Avengers logo, were still holding pretty strong, and I figured it was only a matter of time before those NFTs started touching 1,000 as well, because people are kind of asking to trade these off for an upgrade, especially since Iron Man is now getting into the $1,800 range. A lot of people are kind of contemplating like, hey, should I sell this and flip for that, or, you know, or for some of the lenticular cards. Some of those are getting pretty inexpensive. Spider-Man Jump into Action finally below 1,000. I think it was below 1,000 yesterday as well, but now it's getting really down there. So as you can see, it's down 170 gems. So Jump into Action rare, which I'd pretty much put relatively on par with like the FA Joker for the most part, at least like price action wise, even though this did have like a higher high for the most part comparatively to the FA Joker. Common Spider-Man as well is also down. The Amazing Spider-Man, that's also down as well. So I'm looking at the charts here. So the listings are really flying down. I just don't think a lot of people have actually relisted. I think there was an auto delisting that happened on Veve's side where any NFTs that haven't sold within 30 days get delisted. I think that happened over the last like 4 or 5 days. So a lot of NFTs were just delisted in the last 4 or 5 days. So that even though the listings are way down, I think a lot of those delistings happen in like the middle of the pack of the listing. So a lot of the listings that are around floor just weren't affected, and people are still undercutting, not realizing that there might be a huge gap in the middle of the listings that could cause things to run really hard. Sorcerer's Hat taking a heavy dip of 14%. So it was at 3K. Now it's basically at 2.6. So no respect for the Mickey hat, but at the same time, pretty much all the golden moments across the board are getting some heavy dips as well. So Specimen number 4 is also down as well. No surprise. Cthulhu Idol stuff is also down. Elsa is down. So yeah, so is Skateboard. Skateboard is actually just under 1K. Wow, like I said, Skateboard, a Pizza Planet Truck. I felt like Avengers logo is also kind of heading towards that trend, right? Where it's going to start really hugging that 1K mark, and it seems like Skateboard has already broken that. I do think Pizza Planet Truck will be next for the most part. So I think that's it for the top losers. We'll probably check out the lenticular cards as well as the golden moments here at the very end, but I do want to look at the comics, the top gainers. So Hitmonkey right now, actually the uncommon's up. So it looks like at some point this was like 52 gems, now it's up to 66. Journey into Mystery Ultra Rare is now up to 505, so that's up 26%. And so like these percentages is typically what you used to see with collectibles all the time. You know, stuff's up 26%, 30%, you know, 21%. But with the collectible top gainers, we have nothing over 20%. So not a lot of movement in that sense. Thanos Secret Rare up 25%, so it's at 548. Incredible Hulk Future Imperfect uncommon. So it does seem like quite a lot of uncommons people could be stacking for the Master Collector program, because that is the next best thing to buy after you do buy a rare as well. So the Amazing Spider-Man uncommon number 1 is actually up 40 gems, so it's up 22%. Uncanny X-Men rare is up as well. Fantastic Four annual number 3, the ultra rare. Wow, ultra rare at like 100 gems. That's crazy to think that there was actually an ultra rare at one point for under like 90 gems. That's actually kind of crazy to think about. Amazing Spider-Man number 14, so it's the first appearance of Green Goblin. That's up 20%, so now it's up to 84 gems. Amazing Spider-Man 798. House of X are also up as well. We'll do a couple more. Tales of the Suspense number 52, Secret Rare is up finally above 1K, and then Powers of X comment is up to 15 gems right now. Switch over to the top losers. Basic Spider-Man 361. I think that's the first appearance of Carnage, at least that's what it looks like for the most part. So that's actually down quite a bit. Looks like it's at one point it was at about like 1,100, maybe 1,200, and now it's at 900 gems right now. Fantastic Four number 13. The comments down to 18 gems. Marvel's number 1, not Marvel Comics, but Marvel's number 1. The rare is down to 55 gems. Wow, the Amazing Spider-Man common number 1 is actually down to 120. I do want to look at the chart at that really quick as I'm kind of scrolling down through here. Uncanny X-Men 129. The uncommon, that seems to be down as well. So a lot of common and uncommon comics seem to be below the 20 gem mark right now. So yeah, Amazing Spider-Man. So like you do see like across the board a lot of these huge delistings that are happening between like February like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, like those like 4 or 5 days, there seems to be a lot of mass delistings just because, again, I think Veve just has that feature going where they delist any NFTs after 30 days and they don't get sold. So, but again, it seems like those floors, you know, a lot of those listings that have been put up the last couple of weeks due to the gem squeeze have just formed a massive wall down on the lower end. So even though a lot of the listings in the middle have been kind of gone away, doesn't seem to affect the market too much. Yeah, I think right now, I believe like Amazing Spider-Man #1 is starting to find a bit of a floor right now, because we do have a lot of people that probably bought Spider-Man below 100. You know, a lot of them bought below probably 20 gems or 30 gems for a long time. But even then, I do think it's going to find a level of support soon, because we're getting to the point now where we're getting in the region where a lot of people that even if you bought at 90 gems, if you put it up for sale right now, like you're just not getting much out of it. So I'm kind of curious if Amazing Spider-Man could go down a bit further, like maybe it can push to 110, but I don't see it going much lower based off what I'm seeing. Tales of Suspense number 57 ultra rare is also down as well to 140. Avengers number 80 rare is down to 50 gems. So yeah, there doesn't seem to be too much rhyme or reason why certain comics are down right now, but it does seem like the comics that are up right now, a lot of them are the uncommons, it seems to be. So let's go back to collectibles. I do want to check out the golden moments as well as the lenticular. So we'll type in Mickey in here so we can pull up the lenticular ones. I've noticed that's kind of like the easiest way to pull it up, if that's assuming that ecomi wiki wants to work with me. There it goes. Okay, so Daisy Duck up 4 gems, that's nice, but it's sub 400 gems, which is again crazy to think about. I've had a lot of people ask me the last few days, hey, I have 300 gems, 500 gems, 1,000 gems, 2,000 gems, what should I buy right now? And I'll be honest, I've been telling people this for the last like 3 or 4 days, just wait. I do think the gem squeeze could continue throughout till the end of February, maybe even through early March, mid-March. Like, it just depends on announcements, MTL, future drops. It depends on any information on like the Veveverse, as well as just there's so many different things that are just kind of like in a holding pattern right now, and people are just waiting for things to kind of happen. So yeah, Minnie Mouse at 375, Donald Duck at 635, Mickey Mouse at 445, Pluto at 725 for the most part, and Goofy at 2300, still just chilling there for the most part. See, I love the lenticular cards. The reason why these are dipping so hard is because these are still relatively new. These cards aren't even a month old. Still a lot of people that have won these cards on drop, that people are more than happy to sell this for way below what it was. So you know, if Goofy was out for over a year and it never sold below 3K at any point, this whole thing that it's going below 3K just doesn't make sense. But the fact that there's probably still, I mean, there's still 4,000 people, over 4,000 people that want it on drop. So to them, in their mind, hey, I got this for 40 gems, I could sell this for 2K and still make profit. Doesn't matter to me. Even though there's a lot of people that bought up here and around here that hopefully aren't selling and that are just hodling until it will go back up. I mean, just for the fact that Goofy was being sold or bought at 3.7, 3.8, 4, 4.4 does mean it has a lot of potential. You just got to wait, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for the lenticular cards. We'll look at the golden moments. That does seem to be the focus for a lot of things, including myself. Let's see, golden moments. Lady and the Tramp. So it does seem like the, what was it? It wasn't the, I do think the Pizza Planet truck will be next, but it does seem like Skateboard will be joining the ranks of Lady and the Tramp and the Sub 1000 Club. I do think probably the next one to join it will be, of course, the Pizza Planet truck, as well as Avengers logo. Again, it seems like a lot of people are valuing things, or like I say, like people and characters over things for the most part. But then again, we do have Wally also joining the Sub 1000 Club as well. This boy's getting no respect. I still think he's the king of the golden moments. But yeah, Elsa now pushing the low 2000s. Iron Man now pushing 1.9K. So it's so strange seeing that Elsa and Iron Man for a period of time were always like 1,000 gems away from each other for the longest time. Like whenever Iron Man was 2K, Elsa was 3, and then whenever they started pushing up, Iron Man was at 3, Elsa was at 4. But now it seems like they've gotten so close together that now they're like less than 400 gems apart between Elsa and Iron Man. R2D2 now finally sub 6,000. I thought that wall would take a while for people to kind of get below that point to sell for below 6,000, but I do think the level of support for R2D2, I mean, assuming this gem squeeze goes on for another 2-3 weeks, maybe even longer, I do see the level of support with R2D2 probably being around 5K. It could go that low. Not financial advice. This is all just speculation. But again, if we're looking at the charts here, this little, like, I don't know what to call it. I'm sure there's some sort of market term for it, but this little like initial pump and then it kind of like retested here, then it went back up. It seems like a lot of things tend to just fall just shy of whatever this was that happened like January 14th. So for R2D2, I think it's going to fall just shy of that, but I don't think it's going to fall below 5K. It easily could, but you got to look here at this chart. Like, for a long time, we have people not only winning it on drop, but we have people for a long time winning that, for buying this for below 3K. And for a lot of people selling it for 5K and exchanging it for either other golden moments, stacking lenticulars, secret rare comics, whatever they want to do. For them, it's still profit. You know, it's still in the green. It doesn't matter to them. Maybe they're just not patient enough for it to go back up. But as of right now, R2D2's at 6K. It honestly wouldn't surprise me, like I said, if this gem squeeze gets more extreme over the next 2 to 3 weeks. It could go down to 5K, potentially even lower. I don't think it's going to touch this little retest that happened here back in like mid-January, but it could happen at the end of the day. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys want me to cover, because I know towards the tail end I tend to just cover the lenticular cards and golden moments, because I do think those are some of the best investments you can do possible on the app. But if you guys do have any like brands or certain NFTs you guys want me to cover more specifically on some of these vibe checks on the market, please let me know down in the comments. I'll be sure to try and check those out next time, so I can check those out for those, whether it's like things like Cryptkins or more secret rare comics or whatever it is. Please let me know in the comments and I'll try and cover those more in the future. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Good luck on today's drop, guys, and I hope to catch you guys on the flip side.